if I told you that cleaning DMV offices could make you $2,000 per month? No door-to-door sales, no chasing payments, just steady government money. You know what I mean? My name is Geoff Cole. I won over 100 plus contracts in 10 years and generated over $30 million in my business. Yeah, while everyone fights over saturated online markets, I discovered something hiding in plain sight. The government needs cleaners every single day, and they pay on time, every time. Yeah, think about it, right? DMV offices in your region need cleaning, post offices, courthouses, Social Security offices, VA hospitals. These buildings operate 365 days a year. These aren't normal cleaning jobs. These are government contracts worth $2,500 to $4,000 per month each. Most people don't even know these opportunities exist. But here's the crazy part, and this blew my mind when I first learned this. Once you get one contract, they literally talk to each other. You know what I mean? I've seen people go from cleaning one DMV office to managing contracts for 10 government buildings in less than a year. Let me show you the real math, okay? And I'm talking realistic numbers here, not some fantasy projection, you know what I mean? A typical DMV office contract runs $2,500 to $4,000 per month, right? A courthouse might be $5,000, a VA clinic could be $6,500. But here's what most people miss. These contracts often come in clusters. Yeah. Say you land 3 medium contracts at $3,500 each. That's $10,500 monthly revenue, right? Now your cost might be 40 to 50%, supplies, labor, insurance, all that stuff. You're still looking at $5,250 to $6,300 in monthly profit. That's $175 to $210 per day from just 3 contracts, But here's where it gets interesting. Government contractors who prove themselves and scale their operations don't stop at 3 contracts. I know established contractors managing 10, 15, even 20 government cleaning contracts. Yeah. Do the math on that scale, right? 20 contracts averaging $3,500 each. That's $70,000 in monthly revenue. Even at 50% cost, you're looking at $35,000 monthly profit. That's over $1,150 per day for established operations. Government contracts have 3 massive advantages. You know what I mean? First, steady money. Government facilities operate 365 days a year, right? They don't close for holidays. They don't cancel when budgets get tight. The money is always there because it's taxpayer funded, Second, on-time payments. No more chasing invoices. Government agencies have payment schedules and they stick to them, usually 30 days or less. Yeah. Third, contract security. These are month-to-month deals, right? Government contracts typically run 1 to 3 years. That DMV contract you won last year, there's a good chance to rebid and win it again this year, probably with a cost increase. Before I show you my exact 3-step system, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I share government contracting secrets that most people never see. Here's my government contract system. The exact 3 steps my students use. You know what I mean? Step 1, contract discovery and positioning. This isn't about just finding contracts. It's about finding the right contracts and positioning yourself to win them. Government contracts are posted on specific websites. SAM.gov for federal contracts. Each state has its own portal. Counties and cities have their websites too. Most people browse randomly. That's like finding a needle in a haystack, right? Smart contractors use targeted searching. They focus on specific agency types. They set up alerts for cleaning services in their area. They track when current contracts expire. I teach my students to create a target agency map, you know what I mean? Pick 10 to 15 government facilities in your area. Research their current cleaning contracts. Find out when they expire. Build relationships with facility managers before contracts go out for bid. Pro tip, many government contracts are rebid every 2 to 3 years on predictable schedules. If the DMV office on Main Street rebids their cleaning contract every January, you start building that relationship in October. Step 2, operations and compliance mastery. Government contracts come with strict requirements, but these requirements are your competitive advantage. You know what I mean? Most cleaning companies can't handle government compliance. They don't want to deal with background checks, security clearances, detailed reporting, and quality standards, right? If you can master compliance, you're competing against way fewer contractors. Sometimes you're one of only 3 to 4 qualified bidders instead of 20 to 30. Here's what you need. Business licenses and registrations, general liability insurance, usually $1 to $2 million, minimum bonding capability, workers' compensation insurance, sometimes security clearances for sensitive facilities. This takes about 30 days to set up. Once you have it, you're qualified for contracts that most competitors can't even bid on. Compliance requirements include detailed cleaning protocols, quality control checklists, emergency response procedures, and safety standards, right? This scares off most competitors. For serious contractors, it's just good business practice. Step 3, team building and service excellence. Government contracts demand reliability. They need to know that when they give you a contract, the work gets done consistently every single time. Start by doing some work yourself. This lets you understand every aspect of the business. You learn the facilities, understand requirements, and build relationships with facility managers. As you grow, hire carefully. Government facilities need trustworthy people, right? Criminal background checks are standard. Drug testing might be required. Security clearances add another layer for sensitive buildings. Once you have reliable teams in place, you focus on what really grows the business: securing new contracts and managing relationships. The goal is building a business that runs without you doing the cleaning. You become the contractor who manages contracts and teams while focusing on growth. Let me share my own story, okay? My first government contract was with Spring Valley Janitorial for the California Department of Food and Agriculture. $3,424 contract to clean their pest detection and emergency services building in Spring Valley. Now this wasn't huge money, right? But it was my stepping stone. I took it slow and steady for 2 years, building relationships, proving I can handle government compliance, learning the system. Here's where it gets interesting. After proving myself with that first contract, I landed a California Highway Patrol cleaning contract in Oceanside, $9,640. See the progression from a $3,400 contract to nearly $10K. That's the power of government contracting. They talk to each other, they remember reliable contractors, and they reward consistency. These aren't get-rich-quick stories. Each contractor spent 6 to 12 months learning the business and building relationships. But the payoff was life-changing income. Here's your exact scaling roadmap, right? Phase 1, foundation building, months 1 through 6. Prove you can handle government contracts. Start with 1 to 2 smaller contracts. Focus on perfect compliance, exceptional service, and learning the system. Phase 2, portfolio expansion, months 6 through 18. Use your track record. Start bidding on larger contracts. Target 5 through 7 contracts. Mix of sizes and agency types. Phase 3, business systematization, years 2 through 3. Transition from contractor to business owner, right? Build teams, create systems. Focus on growth rather than daily operations. Phase 4, empire building, year 3 and beyond. With proper systems and teams, manage 20, 30 or more government contracts. Regional operations, multiple teams, systematic approaches to winning new business. While everyone else fights over saturated online markets, government cleaning offers predictable demand backed by taxpayer funding. Think about the competition. Drop shipping means competing with millions of sellers on Amazon and Facebook. Digital products have saturated markets with constant price pressure. Social media agencies, every teenager with Instagram thinks they're a marketer. But government cleaning, most people don't even know these opportunities exist. You know what I mean? Your competition is other cleaning companies, not the entire internet. Government agencies value relationships and proven performance over just low prices, right? They want contractors who understand compliance and can deliver consistent results. If you're ready to stop chasing the latest online business trend and start building something real, here's what you need to do. Step 1, get serious about this. Government contracting requires professionalism and patience, right? But the rewards are substantial for those who commit. Step 2, start learning the system. Don't think about subcontracting until you understand every aspect of government cleaning. Step 3, build your foundation. Get your business licenses, insurance, and bonding in place. Start building relationships with facility managers. Step 4, take action. The biggest difference between successful contractors and dreamers is action, right? Start with one small contract and build from there. You know what I mean? I've created other videos that dive deeper into government contracting. My SAM.gov registration tutorial walks you through federal registration step by step. My contract bidding video shows you exactly how to respond to government solicitations. Check out my government contracting Q&A video where I answer the most common questions from people starting this business, If you want to look for other side hustles, watch my medical delivery video, Side Hustle. Like this video if it provided value. Share it with someone who needs to see this opportunity. Subscribe for more government contracting strategies and proven business models. The opportunity is there. Government facilities need cleaning every single day. The contracts are real. The money is real. Are you ready to stop dreaming and start building?